So now, uh, of course, I expect you to have watched the video. Okay, so since the activity is quite the same, but actually, yeah, I prefer I did it live in class. But yeah, yeah, relate to what Hillary's right. But to yesterday, I need to go to the hospital, and it seems like tomorrow it's also. But the good thing is actually, yeah, maybe you have another extra time to prepare for the quiz. Okay, so yeah, now today let's just start with the question and answer. Hopefully you have already started also to do your homework, so you can ask your problems or your struggles. But of course, since I have already given all the examples relate to the difficult problems on your homework, I really appreciate if you have tried your best relate to the explanations on the video, since actually it's relatable. I have given all of the technique and all of the pattern of the problems, but still, maybe you still have issues with how to solve some of the problems. That's fine. You can ask. Is there any question? None? I mean, if there's no question, it means it is a good news. So you
Mister.
are, oh, okay. Yes, Fluff.
I have a question just to make sure for a number like 23.
Yes?
Um, the reason that it's prime is because there's no. It's just because there's no like two numbers that will satisfy the a times b equals to something, and if it is added, it will be equal to something, right?
No, that's not accurate. Yes,
Oh,
it is one of the reason, but the accurate one is by doing discriminant.
oh, okay, okay,
Okay,
okay. Thank you, Mister.
since if that is the yes, if that is the base of your decision, how sure you have tried the combinations of two numbers? How yeah, okay. So since we are human, sometimes we think that we have already tried everything, but are you sure? But by using the discriminant, that is the exact tools. If it is not a perfect square, then you cannot factor it. So I prefer you use that as the base of your decision. Okay. And it's saving times. Why? Because I don't know how many time, how much hours you spend just to find that combinations of the two numbers. That will take yeah, ages, of course. Okay, any other question? So interestingly, the textbook used number 17 until 25 before 27 and 35. It's just like they want you to, they expect you, they want to assess you whether you forget or not about the discriminant. So they was just leading you to find all of these two factors, and in the end you find it. Oh, I think I cannot find it. But at the next section, they give you a hint that you can use the discriminant to find whether it is factorable or not. Okay, okay.
Mister, for number 47,
Yes.
uh, basically, I'm confused, like whether we should use splitting the middle term. Is it wait splitting middle term method, or is it better to factor out x square from the first two terms first?
Oh, if that is the case, we it leads into nowhere. So if we factor out there, so it is x squared minus 1, right? Minus
Yeah.
12. So maybe you can still factor this one. So it is x squared, x plus 1, x minus 1, minus 12. So, okay, I want you, we have all of the agreement that when we have to factor completely means the last answer must be something times something times something. So everything between the factors must be only multiplication. But this one, we have one subtraction. So we still haven't factored completely. So what is the next move that we need to do if this is the situation? I think we cannot do anything. Therefore, it's not a good move. But is it correct? I mean, uh, you're supposed to do this actually. Yes, trial and error. Yes, factoring. Sometimes you need to do one step and then it's different with logarithm. In logarithm, whatever the first step you take, in the end, it leads you into the final answer. So you move forward. But in factoring, if the first step is wrong, you will get stuck and you need to redo it again from the beginning with the alternative first step. That's the thing about factoring. So the thing about practicing is to build that awareness about what is the first step that you need to do. So yeah,
Okay, thank you,
so it's
Mister.
okay. It's okay to find mistakes on the first step, but this one is not welcome. But again, actually, if you have a quartic, I know this is a different section, but whenever you have a quartic, always use the last one, factoring the completing square. Whenever you have a quartic, that is the last sections of my video, right? So just but maybe this is not a perfect square. So yeah, you cannot. So because this is not a perfect square, yes, you cannot do that. So yeah, I have to revise that. This is only be factored with the splitting middle terms or with the technique that you have learned other methods. So yeah, I will split it into, so if I multiply it, it becomes negative 12, right? And if I multiply it, it becomes negative 12 since it is negative 12 times 1. If I add it, it becomes negative 1. So anyone who has the answers? What if I
Negative
multiply
4 and 3.
negative 4 and 3? Good. So it is negative 4x squared plus 3x squared minus 12. So I will just collect the first two and the second. So the first one is x times x squared times x squared minus 4. And the last two terms I extract 3. So it is x squared minus 4. So in the end, it is x squared plus 3 times x squared minus 4. Don't forget assess each of this. Can I factor this? No. Can I factor this? Yes. It is x plus 2, x minus 2. Can I still proceed? No. So you stop in three factors, which is x squared plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2. Okay. Why I give you odd numbers? Of course, the objective, you can just assess your answers quickly. Okay, not just copy the final answers. Any other question? Is this is this fulfilling? Okay, I mean, can you
Yes,
understand? Okay.
but I have a technical question, Mister. Like for the during doing the splitting middle terms thingy, like
Mhm.
is there any fast way to find the middle terms, like the -3 and I mean the -4 and the 3, like yeah, the two terms.
No, no. So, any methods that you use, splitting middle terms or like mental math, and there is a like a box thingy, it always you need to find the two combinations of the numbers. So there is no fast method. Okay.
And are we allowed to use calculator in the quiz later, Mister?
No,
Or oh
no,
no?
no.
Thank you, Mister.
Welcome. Any other question? Any other question? So for this one, I can let you to try to memorize the pattern. Of course, because yeah, it's still hard. It's still hard with all of the factoring techniques. So I want you to memorize the pattern. If you have four terms, what would you do? If you have a quartic, what should you do? if you have a trinomials, a quadratic, what you should do. And if you have like difference or sum of cubes, what would you do? And the difference of square, what would you do? Okay, that is the thing that we have already. And don't forget, we also discuss about multiplying, which is from the first homework. So yeah, so the quiz will be we will cover a small one, only multiplying, factoring, and the last one is long division. That this is actually still easy, and I will share it after we end the question and answer session today. So I'm expecting for another question. We're good. Okay. So now the last one is long division. So I believe that you still remember a long division. This one, right? This is like a grammar thing, right? I don't know about uh, how do you do. There is someone who do this, who are being taught to do this about the format. So let's just use this one, okay? So yeah, usually we just let this 4 and then this 12, and then you subtract, it's 3, it's 1, 3, and then 0, 0 reminders, right? So now if I put 1 to 5 divided by 4, okay? So the first one is 3, right? So it's 12, 0, 5, 1. So we have reminders, right? How to write the reminders is you begins with the reminders, 1 over the divisor, right? Just to remind you about the numbers. So that's the thing that we do the same with the polynomials. Now, before I go to the long division of polynomials, let me ask you. Wait. Okay, who can factor this? Okay, I just open for anyone who can factor it fast. I know it's quite tricky because it's a big number, but you can use your calculator today. But I just want to assess your factor technique. Is there anyone who has already found it? I know it's a big number. Of course, because you cannot use your calculator, I will try my best to avoid these big numbers on the quiz. But maybe you still can find. Yes, please.
9x plus 2 times x plus 6.
X plus
6.
Really? Both plus?
Oh, wait, hold on.
We have negative here.
Oh, sorry, x minus 6.
X minus 6. It's
I
negative.
got x minus 2, x minus 6.
Can you repeat? Okay.
9x minus 2 times x minus 6.
Okay. So I think Aaron, because you first thought that it is plus and plus, and because it's negative, you just suddenly change this one, but you're supposed to change this one also. So actually, yeah, this one, maybe because you missed this negative, right? So the correct one is this, right? So if I put it into a complete statement, so this polynomials is a factor multiplied by a factor. Therefore, if I divide all, okay, by a factor, which is like x minus 6, okay, therefore 5x squared minus 56x plus 12 divided by x minus 6 will be 9x minus 2. Do you agree? Okay, so let's just prove it. Let's use the long division to show if I divide 9x squared minus 56x plus 12 divided by x minus 6. Okay, how do you do that? First, I will multiply this whole thing. Start with the highest degree first. So I will try to multiply it by 9x. So 9x multiplied by x will be 9x squared because I need to eliminate the first term first. And then I multiply this, it becomes negative 54x, right? And then always subtraction. In long division, subtraction, right? So this one is gone, 0. This one is negative 56 minus. So it is negative 2x, right? And then this one's drop, plus 12. So what's next? I need to eliminate negative 12, negative 2x. So I need to multiply it by negative 2. So negative 2 multiplied by this, it will be negative 2x plus 12. When I subtract, it's 0. So there is no remainders. So this will be my other factors, which is true. That is long division. Okay, so let's cross check it with other. So how if I change it? I don't want to divide it by x minus 6. I want to divide it with 9x minus 2. So I divide all by 9x minus 2. So this is 9x minus 2. So is it true that the result will be x minus 6? So let's just erase this one. Erase, and wait for a while. So let's divide 9x squared minus 56x plus 12 divided by 9x minus 2. Okay, so the first thing that I need to eliminate is 9x squared. Therefore, I need to multiply it by just x, right? Since if I multiply x, it becomes 9x squared minus 2x. When I subtract all, it becomes negative 54x plus 12. So how to make it negative 54? So I need to multiply it by negative 6. So if I multiply it by negative 6 both, so I will just use other color. Negative 6 multiplied by this, it is negative 54x. Negative 6 multiplied by this, it is plus 12. And we have no remainders. Okay, so this is the result, which is true. Okay, so this is the easiest long division, but the long division that you need to practice is the long division with the higher degree. But the technical part is the same. So let me just use the textbook. The textbooks. Any questions so far? I hope it's still easy, right? So I hope that you can do this easily. So let me just use the textbook question. So can you divide x cubed minus 7x squared plus 14x minus 8 divided by x minus 4? So their question is that. So actually we can do it by long division. So I will put x cubed minus 7x squared plus 14x minus 8 divided by x minus 4. So let's start to eliminate x cubed first. So I have to multiply it by x squared. Okay, so it will be x cubed minus 4x squared. Okay, so in the end, it will be a negative 3x squared. And then one drop plus 14x. So what is the next term that I need to multiply? Any Frey, what is the next? Frey, do we have Frey
She
here?
dropped out, Mister.
Oh, okay. So let me change into Scarlet. What is the next one? Thank you, Kai.
Negative 3x.
Thank you. I think it's easy, right? So negative 3x multiplied by x is negative 3x squared plus 12x. Because it's plus 12x, so I'm subtract, it becomes 2x, and then this one is drop minus 8. So I believe the last one is very easy. So it is plus 2. So it is 2x minus 8. It's 0. So actually, you can be certain that the result will be this. And can I factor this? Yeah, I can factor this. It is x minus 2, x minus 1. So actually, I can know that x cubed minus 7x squared plus 14x minus 8, actually the factors are x minus 4, x minus 2, x minus 1. Right? Because this is one of the factors, and this one also the factors. But that's the next thing. Okay, I just want to train you about the long division first. The objective will be after the quiz. So this one, but you can get a hint, but later times we will use the long divisions to help you to factor completely. Especially those polynomials which have higher degrees, like cube, like quartic, like, yeah, more of it. So that's the objective. Let me show you. So far, we have no remainders. So let me show you those who have remainders. Now, okay. I think number 3, yes. So let's use one more example to give you example that if we have remainders, what happens? So it is negative 13x, negative 20, wait, over, so it is divided by 2x plus 3. Okay, so I want you to be careful whenever we have the coefficient of the x, but it's just the same. So first I just put here all of the numerators element. Okay, and then I put here 2x plus 3. So the first thing that I need to multiply is 4x squared, right? So it is 8x cubed plus 12x squared. So if I subtract it, it becomes negative 2x squared minus 13x. And then the next one, I need to multiply by negative x. So it becomes negative 2x squared minus 3x. When I subtract, it becomes negative 10x. And then this one drop negative 20. So it will be negative 5, negative 10x minus 15. So if I subtract it, it becomes negative 5. So we have remainders. How to remainders? Just the same technique as the numbers. So it will be minus 5 over 2x plus 3 minus the remainders over the divisor. So this is your final answer. My final answer is 4x squared minus x minus 5 minus 5 over 2x plus 3. This is the format that I'm expecting you to use. Okay, do not use like sometimes you improvise using R5. No, no, no. That's not the format that we are expecting. Okay, don't use the R thing. Use this as your final answer. Okay, so that's the thing. Any, yeah, okay.
Mister, if the divisor is actually something a factor multiplied by a factor, should we multiply these two factors first before dividing, or what should we do, Mister?
Yeah, you need to multiply it first, but okay. I don't want to give you that kind of problem first. Just focus. That is the next level. But yeah, you need to multiply it first. So for now, let's just practice to divide only this. So a polynomial. So I will give you these numbers. So the numerator can be, the degree can be 3, 4, and 5. Yes, you need to be prepared. But the divisor, I only give you a linear. That's, I promise you that. For now, only linear. Okay, just practice with the linear binomial. Okay, but after the quiz, yes, we will deal with that. Okay. Any other question? You can unmute yourself. No, we're good. So that's why I have already given you the two numbers on your homework. Only two numbers. I think it's very easy, but you can see the textbook provides a lot of numbers. So if you want to practice yourself, especially with the odd numbers, you can proceed with the numbers there. But the thing is, one more thing that I need to remind you. If this is the case, okay, how do we divide this? Usually you are using this, you just copy it. Okay, so and then let's do this. So I will first multiply by 2x to the fourth power. So it is 2x to the fourth power minus 10x fourth. So when I subtract it, sorry, when I subtract, it becomes 0. But this one is 2x minus 10x fourth. So it becomes complicated, right? So my suggestion is whenever you have polynomials, always present the, let me see. Okay, let me just always put the polynomials in order. So let me just put this here. 5 plus 0x4 plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 2x plus 0. So complete the polynomials. That is my suggestion. So I know it will be long, but yeah, of course, the higher the degree, the longer we have the long division, but it will be helpful. So you have it, or everything is in order. So let me just start it again. So it is, I begin with 2x fourth, so it is this one minus 10x fourth. So you have everything arranged. So this one is 0, this one is negative 10x4. So the one that being dropped down is 0x cubed. And then you can proceed. So it is negative 10x cubed. So it is negative 10x fourth minus plus 50x cubed. And then you can move on. This one's gone. This one there exists. And then you drop one again. And then you continue. Is that understandable? So whenever you have a missing degree, okay, if you put it in order from the highest one by one into the 0th power, please put 0 as the coefficient. Since you are not changing the problems, you are just helping yourself to put it in order. So, okay, is there any question regarding this technique?
Mister, itu pangkat
Yes.
5.
Ya, pangkat 5 yang ini. Ini pangkat 5. Oh ya, ini pangkat 5. Kenapa ya? Dari tadi yang 5-nya selalu jadi 4. Sorry, yes. Any other question? Yeah.
yang 0x to the power of 4 minus 10x to the power of 4 itu nggak jadi
Plus.
10x to the power
Betul.
of 4, Mister.
Betul. Nah, ini Mister lagi nggak konsen nih. Sorry banget, jadinya kayaknya kita perlu revise dulu yang ini ya. Karena banyak sekali kesalahan ini. Oke. So, nah, untung Mister salah di sini. Karena it's a common mistake that you forget that this is subtraction. So whenever the operations of this one, let me just use the whiteboard and then I change it into, okay. The operation of this one, don't forget it is 0x fourth minus, because we subtract, negative 10x fourth. I want you to don't forget that. So it becomes 0x to the fourth power plus 10x to the fourth power. Therefore, it is positive 10x to the fourth power. I hope I didn't do the same mistake before. So yeah. So, and then it will be just drop down here. It is 0x cubed. The next one is I multiplied by positive, sorry. So it is positive 10x cubed, because if I multiply 10x cubed to this, it will be 10x to the fourth power minus 50x cubed. And when I subtract, don't forget, subtract by negative 50. Therefore, it becomes positive 50. Okay, I want you to be careful, that part. So it is positive 50x cubed, and then it drops down here plus 0x squared. So the next one that you need to multiply is 50x squared. And continue forward and minus, wow. I know, I'm just picking random number here, so it's not very, yeah. So yeah, and you just need to move on. Okay, thank you for revising that. Any other question? So I believe that's the whole thing about the quiz problems: multiplying, factoring, and division. The hardest part is factoring, because we have many situations and the technique is quite flexible. But about the long division, you just need to be focused, okay, not do silly mistakes in the middle. And then for the multiplication also, just focus. You can use the box thingy, you can use another technique like capit kepiting, okay, just be, for example, like this one, right? And then I put x squared plus x plus 1. If I add another one, you need to be prepared also. So just do one by one. First, you multiply this, okay, repeating, and then the result, you multiply the whole thing with this. So yeah, the multiplication, factoring, and long divisions, the things that I need you to have more practice is factoring, because factoring is, yeah, quite tricky. So the most trickiest part is the one that you are doing as your homework. So just make sure you understand how to do your homework. All of the problems. Okay, it's because the representative of each pattern will be there on the quiz. So you need to be prepared. Any other question? You're good? So I don't know if I have a plan change tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have another visit, but I think all of the materials is already been delivered. So I give you extra time to practice and to do your homework. But since tomorrow we have no meeting, use it well for your practice. And if you have questions, please ask. So please deliver your questions. Do not be hesitate to just line me or email me. Yeah, just do that. I will respond to you as soon as possible, yeah, whenever I can. So yeah, but of course, your question is expected to show that you have already tried to understood the video, right? Not just yeah. Okay, just try to learn from the examples from the video. There, I think. Okay, I think if you have no, if you have a, you have other thought, please address it to me. But I think it's all patterns have been explained. Okay, so on the video, so you have no problems in doing your homework. Last chance. Any other question? Really? Okay. One more. Now I am reminded. I just always work with someone who tried to simplify, and yeah, this one is not the same. Okay, so please be careful using the parentheses. This is the most mistakes in factoring, especially when you do a square. So this one is 5 minus, it's -2, right? So it is supposed to be 7. So if I'm not doing the parentheses, it means I have to distribute it. So if it is minus 5 minus 3 plus 5, so I will have the same. So if you say that, Mister sama aja lah, coba aja buktiin sendirilah. Ini beda. This is 2 minus 5, it is -3. So it's not the same. I just don't get it. On the 10th grade, you still don't find it. It's different. Okay, so yeah, I am exhausted here since until the last assessments, I still find this kind of mistakes, which is what? Come on. It's there always something different with the symbols. Be careful. That's why on my examples, I'm putting the symbols. I'm putting the parentheses. Don't forget that. The parenthesis means something. It is one unit. You cannot separate it except you're using the properties of distribution. Whenever you have the distribution, you can breach through the parentheses. You can eliminate the parentheses. But without doing the axioms, you cannot simplify that way. No, that is one of the biggest mistakes that lamentable, especially in factoring. Jadi please be careful. Okay, so yeah, that is my last reminder. I hope you can take tomorrow as a good way to review everything, because my problems will be just like on the homework. Like I just divide the sections into multiplications, factoring, and long division. But in the factoring part, be careful. I will cover all of the patterns that I've been teaching. Okay, so yeah, see you tomorrow on the homework period. You can be dismissed.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mister.
Mister.
Welcome.
Give me some.
Get well soon
Thank you,
for your
Mister.
dad, Mister.
Thank you, Ellen.
Mister, saya
Yes.
baru pikir mau nanya. Tadi kan yang bagian long division,
Ya.
misalkan bilang hasilnya nggak usah di factor completely.
Ya, tergantung instruction, Matthew. Jadi kalau misalnya nanti ada instructionnya, harus di factor completely, baru di factor completely. Cuman tadi bisa kasih contoh itu supaya kebayang bahwa ternyata kalau masih bisa di factor, bisa di factor. Tapi it depends on the instruction. Kalau cuma disuruh divide, kamu nggak perlu factor completely. Tapi kalau misalnya habis divide, have to present it at factor completely, nah itu harus di factor completely. Oke?
Emang benar nggak ada way lagi ya, Mister, untuk yang splitting middle term? Cuman trial and error ya, Mister?
Iya sih, betul. Karena kamu harus cari kombinasi dua angka. Kalau dikali itu ya yang depan kali yang belakang, sama kalau ditambah jadi yang tengahnya, yang itu splitting middle terms. Ada teknik lain yang lebih simple, tapi teknik lain itu maksudnya tetap mencari dua angka itu. Cuman simpelnya itu cuman visualnya aja, cuman cara penulisannya. Tapi tekniknya sama aja sebetulnya. Maksudnya konsepnya sama aja. Jadi nggak ada cara lain sih. Emang harus cari kombinasi itu dua.
Oke. Itu aja, Mister.
Oke, benar nggak ada lagi yang mau tanyain?
Nah,
Oke, Hillary ada yang
si
tanyain? Hah? Kenapa, Matt?
kasih Mister.
Oke, sama-sama, Matthew.
Mister,
Ya, Sil.
kalau misalnya bingung kayak simplify formnya itu kayak gimana bisa tahu itu paling simplify, Mister?
Faktornya.
Iya.
Oh, harus di-assess dengan semua. Jadi misalnya kalau kita kan udah punya x square a square minus b square. Kalau itu bentuknya masih sama, masih a square minus b square berarti masih bisa di-factor. Jadi di-assess dari semua yang udah ada, misalnya a cube minus b cube itu bisa di-factor. A cube plus b cube masih bisa di-factor. Atau kalau misalnya quadratic function, nah kamu harus cari diskriminannya. Kalau diskriminannya itu kan toolsnya, diskriminannya itu perfect square ya berarti masih bisa di-factor. Tapi kalau diskriminannya bukan perfect square, ya nggak bisa di-factor. Udah nggak usah terlalu cari lagi. Ya kan?
Oke.
Diskriminan itu kan masih inget? Fail. Diskriminan. B square minus 4AC. Masih inget kan formulanya? Formulanya B square minus 4AC.
Ya.
Ya.
Thank you, Mister.
You're welcome.